Today on the channel, we take a trip to Eternia, Masters of the Universe Origins Series 4. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back again to the channel. Today on the channel, Masters of the Universe Origins Series 4. And for all your Masters of the Universe needs, make sure you hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. Alright, another video on Masters of the Universe. When they come, and when they don't, they don't. Just like anything else. But we've had an influx of Masters of the Universe figures as of late. As if you guys have been following along my channel, I did the Battle Armor Skeletor, Battle Armor He-Man unboxing. And then now we got the Origins Series 4, which is hitting Target like crazy right now. I picked these up today. I went to about 5 or 6 different Targets. Every single Target had these on the pegs. The bigger Targets seem to be getting 2 cases of these, where the smaller are getting 1. And I would say they're right right next door to Star Wars on the pegs is where I've seen them today. So if you're looking for them, that's where they are. Very interesting that each set ships in its own case. Usually you get 8 in a case. It looks like these are shipping 4 to a case. So there's a little thing out there for you guys. One case has the complete set of Series 4. Very, very interesting. Another very interesting thing is most people, at least me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, Series 4 is shipping out to stores before Series 3. No sign of Series 3, and as far as I've been able to find, no sightings of Series 3 in any Walmarts, Targets, anywhere else. I believe Big Bad Toy Store is shipping Series 3 out in early February. So just kind of the jumble distribution craziness that we've seen. As you guys also know, Masters of the Universe is no longer a Walmart exclusive. 2020 only available at Walmart. Now 2021, the floodgates have opened, as we're seeing with Target, the 2 Battle Armors, the Sky Sled, we're seeing Battle Cat, we're seeing Panther, Series 4, and the Battle Armors, like I said. So they're starting to come to the Target stores. We're going to start having them on Amazon. Big Bad Toy Store, of course. Should not be difficult to find these in 2021 with so many places available to get these from. I got to think the Entertainment Earths of the world, you name it, everybody will have these. So that is really good for us He-Man collectors out there. You guys know me with He-Man. I got to get 2 sets. I got to get an uncarded, unpunched set, or a carded, unpunched set. Easy for me to say. And then a loose set. So this is my loose set. Some of these are unpunched, but not the greatest condition. So I had to look them over, and I decided these are the ones I will be opening. So without further ado, let's get down to business. Let's start unboxing, and we're going to start with one of my childhood favorite toys, and that's Mer-Man. I always think him and Beastman are kind of 1-2 next to Skeletor's right-hand man. That's how I always envision things, still in my head and as a kid. I loved Mer-Man's toy. It was probably, next to Beastman and Skeletor, my favorite as a kid. I played with this one a lot. I really love this toy. So I'm grateful that this is so early in the set into Series 4. We all know He-Man. They're going to go down a deep rabbit hole. They always do. We're already seeing a little bit of it right here, at least in my opinion. But Mer-Man, a childhood favorite. I can't wait to unbox him. So let's take a look at the packaging first like we always do. Then we'll unbox him. So here it is. There's that typical packaging we've seen so far in the first 3 series, or really 2, because we haven't seen the 3rd one, but we know it looks like this. Love the packaging. Not very many things really take me aback, and the packaging on this, especially the first time I saw it on the pegs, really took me back. It was like somebody sucked me into a vacuum back to being a kid. I'm a longtime He-Man fan. I bought He-Man as a kid religiously. I had Grayskull, I had Snake Mountain, I had all kinds of stuff. And this packaging just brings me back. I'm sure it does for a lot of you guys. You're probably not watching this video unless you've got some kind of He-Man knowledge or a history with He-Man. But I just love the care and attention they went back to give us the packaging of old, or as close as they could to the packaging of old. You can see up top, new for 2021. Previously it said 2020, so that's a little different there. I believe the He-Man ones we're seeing right now, there is a packaging variant on the He-Man Skeletor. It says new for 2021, where the old one's 2020. So if you're a real diehard completist, that is technically a different card, so you might need to pick those up. But there it is. I love that bright red background. Love the Masters logo up top. It's just an awesome logo. Very iconic. Nice tight packaging as usual with these, so I love that as well. It does say what? Retro, modern posing for retro play. So you can pose them. It's basically, it's a retro looking figure. However, the posing is up to 2021 standards. We got elbows and knees and ankles and everything else we can move. And then the real cool thing about this line, especially for little kids that play out there, you can mix and match the pieces and parts extremely easy. That is a pretty cool tool. You know, some old figures, some new figures, you try to do that, they loosen the joints and stuff. These seem, everyone I've played with and touched, they go back in just great. So I really love that feature. That's a really cool one. Like I did say, this is unpunched. I love a look of an unpunched card. I got Zolo World protective cases for these. That's where they go. Just going to be really cool to have a He-Man wall or a He-Man display once the set gets a little bit bigger. And hopefully it does. We got to vote with our wallets out there. We got to make these a success. We don't want them peg warming. If they peg warm, they don't move, they go to clearance, guess what? The line gets canceled. If you want these, you're on the fence about it, make your mind up, start picking them up. We need to move some units through the registers to keep this line alive. They're really taking chances for us He-Man fans out there at Mattel, Masters of the Universe fans. So we got to vote with our wallet and make sure these continue and the success continues, hopefully. So much more to come on that. Let's check out the back of the packaging on old Mer-Man. Artwork up top, just like the WWE Universe ones. The Masters, all of them, they have cool artwork up top. You got a little, here's what it does, and you got the whole lineup right over here, including He-Man and Skeletor as well. And legal fund down there, and a barcode. Pretty simple, pretty normal. Modernizing and celebrating the originals 80s Masters of the Universe action figures, Masters of the Universe Origins. Gives you the power to pose Eternia's greatest warriors as retro-style figures, or in a new action-packed battle positions. So there you go. It's got Mer-Man swimming around. Artwork up there. You got He-Man and Skeletor battling it out up in the corner. Let's see what it says about Mer-Man. Lurking in the darkest depths of the ocean, Mer-Man awaits Skeletor's orders to attack Eternia's surface world. I wonder if there was any influence from the creature of the Black Lagoon. My favorite Universal monster is the creature, and I wonder if there was a little touch to him. I don't know the history of the Mer-Man character, but I wonder if that was the inspiration for Mer-Man. I like to believe it would. He fit the sword of Rakash in his hands, twist into powerful battle positions. So there you go. There you go. Let's open up Mer-Man. Let's see what all the fuss is about. See if he lives up to the hype of a young Kyle. Pop him out. There's packaging. You can see the packaging there with no Mer-Man. I just love that red color. It's like a maroonish, I don't know. See you later. All right, there's Mer-Man. It gives you the feel of the old one with an updated joints, all that other stuff. I really do like it. Remember, my Mer-Man had a very squishy head. This one does not. But there's the plastic prison shot. Mer-Man looking only like he can look. Of course, he's got the sword in here. This sword was always interesting to me as a kid. I am from the state of Iowa. Not always, but most of my life in Iowa. And I remember vividly as a kid and today, whenever I see this sword, it reminds me of corn on the cob. I don't know, maybe it's the Iowan in me, but it looks very much like corn on the cob, if you can kind of see that. I don't know. Always just put those two together. Very, very funny, I think. I don't know. Masters of the Universe, Dimensional Doom. So we got the comic book. I'm not going to sit here and read the comic book to you. But very cool. We'll have to see if it's the same comic book throughout. Usually they're different, but we'll see. It looked like when I looked through the packages that they were all similar. So we'll see. We'll come back to that. And then Mer-Man, he is locked in. Spending some money. They lock these figures in, which we appreciate. It keeps them nice in the car. Doesn't make them loosen up. All that fun stuff. Just got a little bit more cleanup than your traditional toys. See you later. There he goes. All right, this is Mer-Man. Good paint. I don't know about you guys. Tell me in the comments, but I haven't run into any paint issues with my He-Man figure so far. I just pulled his arm off. Like I said, they plug and play very easily. Too easy sometimes, like in that instance, but tight joints, you know, a great joint system on here. Better than so many other figures. You know, some of our figures, looking at you sometimes, NECA, or most of the time, it's really fragile. Obviously, NECA is more of an adult collector. This is aimed towards kids, but we all know they both fall on all spectrums. I feel like you can be the roughest of any toy. Star Wars, Marvel Legends, NECA, wrestling. You can try to be rough with those, but you might have some breakage. These, I always feel like you can be as rough as you want and you'll be all right in the end. You might get some paint scuffs here and there, something like that, but very, very well to be played with, these figures. They're screaming to be played with by the kids. Let's see, got the stand out there just to have it, but here it is. There is Mer-Man. Looking only like he can look, like I said, very cool. He comes with his I don't know, battle armor, battle vest, whatever you want to call it. It's just your typical merman. We've seen him before in the past. I think this is a good love letter to the past. Holds up very well, and you look at this, it's merman. I do love these ringside collectible stands. I use them for a lot of things, and they fit like a glove. I don't think there's a better stand for He-Man figures out there, and they are so cheap. Hit up Ringside Collectibles. Tell them Kyle Peterson sent you. Said you want the Kyle Peterson special, and they'll tell you all about it. But there's Mer-Man. Fits like a glove. Beautiful figure. Gonna be tough for me to not take him as my favorite one of the set, but we'll see. We'll put him in order at the very end. But next up, let's look at our favorite robot, Roboto. Alright, next up in Masters of the Universe Origins Series 4, we got Roboto. I never had Roboto as a kid. I played with him at my friend's house. I remember him having him, but this is one of the characters I never picked up for whatever reason. So it's really cool all these years later to say, hey, I finally got a Roboto. And I'd be lying to say if he was my favorite character ever, or even in the top 10, but hey, I love a deep line. I love deep characters. Some of my favorite Star Wars universe characters, for example, are some of the really deep-cut characters. And Star Wars and Masters of the Universe both have a lot of deep-cut characters. And Roboto's fairly deep. Maybe not as deep as some, but not really towards the top, I would say. But take a look at the picture, package, whatever you want to call it. Roboto, there he is. Very, very cool. Retro play, same thing as the last one. Not too much difference in the packaging. Uniform packaging, I talk about it a lot on the channel. I'm a sucker for it. He's a heroic mechanical warrior. Twist the waist and unleash his robot power. So we'll see what all that's about very soon. We'll read the back here. Built to be mighty and programmed to be courageous, Roboto protects his friends and defends Eternia. So there's the back of the package. Really cool artwork up top. Triclops, we'll be getting him very, very soon in the line. The whole crew down there, and little action shots of the figure on there, and then all the legal fun down below, as well as the barcode. So there it is. There's Roboto. Let's open him up. Let's see what's doing in here. Pull him out. Here's the comic. Let's take a look at that. Get it out. There's the packaging. See you later. All right, let me see here. So the comics are all the same. I know somebody commented in the comments of the Battle Armor He-Man video. If you haven't checked that one out, go check that bad boy out. But the comics seem to be all the same. This is the same one as this one, it looks like, from the first few pages at least. So it looks like we're getting the same comic multiple times. Is what it is. Here's Roboto in the plastic prison. Love the blue, red, and the gray for the gears. A very cool one. Our old pal Waylon Jennings, great friend of the channel, figure hunter extraordinaire, he even picked up one of these, and he's not a Masters guy, but he is a robot guy. He told me himself, so there you go. Send all your robot toys to me. There's an address in the description. You can send them to me, and I'll get them to Waylon. We'll just batter Waylon with robot toys. We'll just give him as many as we can get. Let's see if I can get this open. They always tuck these things in so tight. Not opposed to it, but geez, can't get them out. Oh, come on. You kidding me? Some serious tape on this one. They're not messing around. They don't want anybody stealing these pieces, and I don't blame them. There's a lot of robot thieves out there in the universe. See you later. And he is strapped in too, just like Mer-Man. You know, these are a cheaper figure, $15 to $17 depending where you're getting them at. Usually we see things buckled in that are, the $20 to $30 price point. See you later. All these bands out of here. There he is. So a very light chest. His chest feels very light. It is plastic. I'm sure this could be possibly breakable. I wouldn't put it past. Very robot-esque, of course. So, as he should be. He's a robot. You turn him, and there you go. He's got the little clamp on his jaw, and his gears are going. Hear that there? Very, very cool. I mean, you could pop these arms off still. You can put Mer-Man's arms on here. You can do whatever you want. So I think that is a cool feature. Build your own robot. His hands, he's got a little axe that comes stock out of the package, but you can take that off. And of course, put on a blaster. I'll probably definitely use that blaster as one. What do you want the other hand? Do you want him to have a regular hand, or does he need a claw hand? Come on. Boy, that one's very tough. That one needs to be worked in. It's a little bit big for the peg hole. Let's see, maybe it fits better on the other one. Yeah, it definitely fits better in the right hand on that one. Very similar to Trapjaw, a little bit different. Our old pal Trapjaw. A favorite villain of mine. Yeah, this left hand, whatever you want to call it on a robot, and robots have hands, I don't know. The hand fits very well. The weapons, I think there's going to take some work. I might have to even heat them up or put it in some hot water, which is a little strange. I didn't expect that. But I like it. I like the gears inside. I love seeing how the gears move. I remember as a kid playing with this one at my friend's house, always being transfixed by the gears. I always thought it was really cool back there. There you go. Very see-through. Just a very solid figure. Like I said before, is he a must-have in your He-Man universe? Probably not. You can still have a war without him. I know as a kid, if you don't have He-Man and Skeletor, that might be tough to play He-Man. But Roboto, you might not need. But a cool figure. I like the swappable hand element to it. I mean, they're all swappable hands, but the different weapons that plug in, I think that's a really cool feature. It was back then, it still is today. So it tells you some things never change. They're cool back in the 80s. Hey, they're cool in 2021. And that's how I kind of feel about this figure. We all know the 80s robots were a big thing. There was, you know, all the robot shows and Small Wonder. You remember that show about that little girl that was like a robot? It was crazy. I remember I watched that show. That and Webster was just a Saturday afternoon power hour for me as a kid. Right before some wrestling and some Masters of the Universe. What a Saturday as a kid. What a time to be alive. But there it is. That is our boy Roboto. It's time to look at the next one. Who do we go to? We're going to go to SheRa. Alright, next up in Series 4 is an interesting one. Part of me feels this is way premature to be in the line. I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments. We should have some conversation about this one. And that is old SheRa. So, SheRa has been around for a long time. She had her own cartoon series, all that kind of fun stuff. Crossover with He-Man. Obviously a big part of the Eternia universe and all that fun stuff. One of the best villains ever in Hordak, if you ask me. However, I don't know. If I go back as little Kyle, and maybe you guys put yourself in those shoes, go back to when you were a kid, would you have bought her? That's the question. Would you pick her up? I was adamant that I would not pick her up as a kid. It was too Barbie doll-esque, her toy line. I did have Hordak. I thought he was really awesome. I had to pick him up. But the rest of the SheRa line was not for me. I passed on all of them. Did you pick those up? Did you intermingle? Did you mix them? There was always He-Man guys I was looking for, so I would pass on her and her line. It just was not for me. But it's funny, you know, 5-6-year-old Kyle, not for him. 40-year-old Kyle, sign me up. Get me all of them you can get, I guess. Because, hey, I picked up 2 today. I got an unboxed one and one for in the box. So it's a wonder. It's a wonder how things change and what we think. But as a little kid, I would not be caught dead with this toy. It'd be funny if you guys tell me the same thing. Maybe it was just sexist of me in the 80s, being a little kid. I didn't want anything to do with anything I perceived to be like a Barbie doll. You guys let me know if you were in the same boat as me. But let's take a look at her and her packaging. Same packaging we've had before, except we got a little princess power down here. Very powerful. I've met some powerful princesses in my day. I live with 3 of them. So there you go. I got her name up top there. What's it say underneath? The most powerful woman in the universe. Modern posing for retro play. Princess Power. Unpunched even. So there you go. On the back it says, SheRa protects the Whispering Woods and all of Eternia from the attack of Hordak and the evil Horde. I believe Hordak coming in Series 3, the set before this. Very strange, is just distribution issues, I guess we chalk that up to at this point. It includes the comic book, of course, and there is the packaging. Still love the top graphics up there. I love the artwork of He-Man. I love the old dark imagery of the olden days, and I like this new Origins, new packaging and new artwork. So it just strikes all the feels for me. I love it all. Put on the cape, turn crown around to become a helmet. She's SheRa. Twist into powerful battle positions. Very, very interesting. So it does say new for 21 on all these, except for Skeletor and He-Man. It doesn't say anything. Because they were available in 2020, as we all remember. So let's get down to it. Let's open her up. Let's see. I don't recall ever even touching her figure in the 80s. I don't think I handled it once in my life. I don't know a friend that had it. I don't know anything. My sister didn't want it. See you later. She wasn't into it. So there you go. Pull this out. There's a little plastic prison shot. There she is. We'll free her from her plastic prison like we've had to free everybody. There it is. Gotta be careful not to cut her cape, of course. And we'll pop her out. Maybe. Yep, we will. See you later. Same comic book we've got before. Yep, same thing. So 3 for 3. A lot of reading to do. Same story 3 times. But that 3rd time I'll have it memorized. Can we get her sword out? This thing. They pack these amazingly well, these accessories. They are so tightly wrapped that you gotta cut your finger off in the process of trying to get them open. Or you gotta be smarter than the package, depending who you are. But got her shield, got her sword. Garbage. See you later. There you go. So I love the soft goods. If I remember right, this is the first time we've had soft goods in the Masters of the Universe line. It's a fantastic cape. I really like this cape. The material's good. Very similar to your Royal Guard in your Star Wars Black series, what it reminds me of, texture-wise and color-wise. She does have her sword. Forgive me, I do not remember what her sword was called. I think it had a name, if I remember right. But like I said, I was not a huge fan. It was just not in my neck of the woods. Maybe it was yours. You guys tell me in the comments. But here she is without her hat on. Hat, helmet, crown, whatever we want to call it today. And there she is. Love that cape, though. That is fabulous. I would love to see some customs made out of that cape, possibly. Now you got to put her... you turn it upside down, and, well, you got a whole new thing. So it's kind of ingenious. But I'm sure it was probably in the original one. You turn that around. Now, oh, who is she? She's like a young Clark Kent. Nobody knows who she is. Or a young Prince Adam, really. And you turn it the other way around. Turn it that way. Totally different person. You don't even know who it is. It's amazing how that works. But so is the story of the Eternia and the Masters of the Universe. Not the brightest people to be able to see through who some of these people really are. But, you know, times were different back then in the Eternia times. But a cool figure. The hair has got a great sculpt to it. Very soft, plastic, pliable. You can move it. I'm assuming all the, got all the typical articulation we've seen with the other figures, so that is cool. I don't know. Will this toy resonate with girls today? I know SheRa resonated with girls back in the day. I remember there was a few girls in school that had it and watched it and at least knew about it. I just don't know in this day and age. I don't know. I try to use my kids as a litmus test, and it doesn't work very well because they want their iPad. They want to play their Roblox. That's what they want to do. They don't want to be playing with the Masters of the Universe, unfortunately. But not bad. Scale-wise, you can see she's smaller than MerMan, so they give a good scale to these figures. You know, it's about right. I mean, everybody's somewhat similar size, but they made her smaller like they traditionally do with the females. I can't complain there. So I like this figure more than I thought I would. Is it my favorite in this set? By no means is it the favorite in my set. It's not going to be the top of the list when we rank them at the very end. But better than expected. I like this figure more. Does it have a place in this line? Yes, it does. I don't know about Series 4, maybe a little farther down the line for me, but that's just me. Maybe some people want her in Series 1, and that's just my opinion. I'm sure somebody's got a different opinion out there. But there she is, SheRa. Let's finish it off with our boy Zodac. Alright guys, let's finish off the Masters of the Universe Series 4, Origins Series 4, with Zodac. So it's funny, you would ask me a while back, before I knew this was coming out, say a year ago from now, what's that guy's name? Because I had this toy as a kid. I actually loved this kid. I remember I really loved his gun. I'm sure he comes with that gun still. We'll find out very shortly. But I remember, what is that guy's name? I would have said Zodiac. Maybe you guys would have too. It's Zodac, not Zodiac. And I think even as a kid, I probably called him Zodiac. So it's one of those things where you say it to yourself. I guess you tell yourself a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. And maybe I just forgot, or I don't know. Very crazy, but Zodac, not Zodiac. This seems like he should be Zodiac, but Zodac. So there you go. Maybe I'll slip a few times and say Zodiac instead of Zodac. Don't hate me too much in the comments, but you know, he is the Cosmic Enforcer. He's very similar to Arn Anderson. If you guys are familiar with Arn Anderson in wrestling, Zodac was basically Arn Anderson. That's what I always kind of thought, and he is a Cosmic Enforcer. So there you go. Retro play. Retro play, the Battle of the Horsemen in Eternia. That's what you can do. So we've seen the packaging by now. We know it. We love it. We know how it works. The back says, Zodac's immense power comes with the price of maintaining the cosmic balance from anyone, good or evil. Yep, fits laser pistol in his hand. So yeah, I remember that laser pistol. I always thought it was cool. It's not the coolest weapon really when you look at it, but for some reason as a kid I always thought it was a cool weapon. You guys tell me if I'm right there, but yeah, nothing really else to say about him. The back's all the same. We saw it in the other 3 characters, so we know what's going on here. So let's open him. Let's see what's going on. We got the same comic book, exact same. So we got 4 of the same comic books. Share with your friends on the playground, I guess. Hey, buddy, I got an extra. You want one? I'll see you later. Oh yeah, I always loved this guy. Always loved him. Very, very solid piece. A must-have in young Kyle's collection. See if I can bust him out of his plastic prison without cutting my finger off. It can be done. I just showed that it can. See you later. And now can I get his weapon out? I got a tape collection down here from all these weapons. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how tight. I mean, I love that they protect the figures this much. They really, really wrap these guys in there. They don't want anything getting out. I'm an expert with a box cutter, so, you know, I haven't cut my finger off in 20 plus years of working with a box cutter. There it is. Get it out. See you later. All right. Get all these ties out. I mean, boy, they really tied these in. I really appreciate it. A cheaper figure, I mean, compared to your average $20 figures that don't get zip ties like this. They zip them in. They don't want them going anywhere, and I appreciate it. For some reason, I remember this gun being maybe gray as a kid, and that, once again, that might be my brain just playing with me. I thought I remembered his gun being gray. Maybe I'm just off, but it's definitely red here. All kinds of power posing you can do. I'll have to power pose him in the glamour shot. I love this figure. A lot of reuse. I think even some Mer-Man reuse, possibly. You know what? Now that I just picked up this Mer-Man, I just found on the side here some paint splatter on the side. So I just said, I made myself a liar in this video, say the paint's been perfect in all these figures. There is a little paint splash on there. I'm going to see if I can scratch that off with my nail, hopefully. But this one looks perfect. I don't see really any issues. A little black spot there. But I just love the gray and the red and just how he looks. I mean, it just looks like a guy on a mission. He looks like he's doing enforcing all over the universe. Some would say he's a cosmic enforcer. The packaging, that's who would say that. But Zodac is a cool one. Not the most notable or memorable character in Masters of the Universe, but very memorable for young Kyle, as I played a lot with him, Stratos, Mer-Man, Beastman, of course, He-Man, Skeletor, some of my favorites back in the day. Man-at-Arms, of course, can't forget him. Our old pal Orko, Battle Cat. Let's just list them all. You know, we could just go down the line, but Hordak, you name it. But there they are, the whole crew. I love this Zodac. I think he might be my favorite, but there's only one way to find out if he is. Let's rank him. Alright guys, let's finish up the video. We're going to rank him in order from my favorite to least favorite. A sleeper set. After I've opened these, looked at them, kind of digested them a little bit. Basically 2 deep cut characters and 2 primary characters, or maybe just 1 primary character really. Maybe 3 deep cuts and 1 primary. I don't know, everybody's going to have a different opinion on that, but for me, number 1's got to be Zodac. I thought Mer-Man going into this would be my favorite, but getting him out, just the way his black and, not black, his gray and red pop against the human darker skin tone, I think it just looks good. I had a lot of fond memories of this figure as a kid, so that brings that back, but I also did of Mer-Man, but he won out when I had to look at it. It's that Cosmic Enforcer, something about a Cosmic Enforcer that I just can't turn away, and I can't put anything but number 1 in Series 4 Origins lineup. Number 2 for me, definitely Mer-Man. A strong, close number 2. Love the corn on the cob sword. I told that story earlier. Just a lot of fun times with Mer-Man as a kid. And I gotta think he's kind of somewhat based on Creature of the Black Lagoon. I want to believe that a little bit. But really like Mer-Man. Who's got some reuse from Zodac. They got a lot of the same body parts, we'll call them, just painted differently. And then at the back end, a lot of this order I'm putting in here is a lot of done on nostalgia and memories of being a little kid playing with these. And I think that's why these 2 are a big portion of why they're at the top. Like I said, I did not have these 2 as a kid. I did play with him a few times at my friend's house, so he comes in at number 3. I love the interchangeable hands. The gears is a cool thing. You know, back in the 80s, that seemed like such a crazy thing. I can't believe that toy does that. And even today, it's still a cool feature. Obviously, there's a lot of bells and whistles in toys these days. Maybe this doesn't hold up as much, but it does bring back fond memories of the old figure in the 80s. I love the love letter they did to it, and they made it. It's just a very, very cool figure. And the interchangeable hands, I think, is also a must, as it was in the old one as well. But I think it's just a really good figure all around. And then finally, at the end, SheRa. I don't know. It's weird. It's way better than I thought it would be. Way, way better than I thought. I had zero hopes for it. Even in the packaging, I thought it looked kind of bad. I thought it looked kind of... I don't know. It just didn't look right to me in the package. Maybe it's just because it was with the rest of the boy characters, so it looked a little off. But it looked really small. Just looked breakable kind of in the package even, I thought. But once I got this open, I really came around to it. It's not my favorite in the line, but it's definitely not the worst figure in the line so far. I'd have to think what that would be, but I would put her not at the very bottom. But I like the cape, the soft goods on this one, getting some soft goods, the shield, the crown, the headdress, just different pieces to this one really brings this one to life. So all in all, a very, very solid set for Series 4. Hopefully none of these guys become peg warmers. I hope they move off the shelf. I hope Series 5, 6, 7, 8 rolls out hopefully this year or into next year. That'll be 2021 we're in right now. But there's still a long way to go for this line. There's still a lot of great characters we can get, but we got to make sure these move through the registers. You got to buy. And I would recommend going to Big Bad Toy Store to buy them. That's just me though, but cheap plug there in the description below. So there you have it. Masters of the Universe Origins Series 4. You guys in the comments, tell me your thoughts. Put them in order if you can. Are you guys out hunting these? If you are, they're starting to appear all over the place. Get after it while you can. Great price on these. Really fun, especially if you're nostalgic for the 80s, like I always am. The happiest times of my life were just no worries, playing with my toys, and the Masters of the Universe was a huge part of that. Probably like a lot of you guys out there. So you guys tell me in the comments, rank them in order, your thoughts. Are you seeing these? Have you picked them up? Are you planning to pick them up? All that fun stuff. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Videos every single day. I did Battle Armor the other day, Skeletor and He-Man. I got Panther coming up soon. We'll have Masters of the Universe Origins Series 3, hopefully end of January, early February, somewhere in there. So be on the lookout for that one. And of course, all the Marvel, Star Wars, WWE, AEW, Ninja Turtles. There's a lot going on the page, so make sure you're subscribed. Turn the notification bell on. Follow me on social media, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram and on Twitter at SirPaul64. All kinds of news, links, notices, you name it, it's all up there. And that's it. So for Zodac, Mer-Man, SheRa, and Roboto, I'm Kyle. I'll see you guys all real soon.